Our story begins with Leni, a beautiful but troubled young woman with a fiery spirit. She loves her brother Kenny more than anything. Kenny has Down syndrome, and Leni is fiercely protective of him. But Leni also carries a heavy past. She once worked as an escort, tangled up in shady relationships with wealthy men. Wanting a fresh start, she leaves that life behind. She takes up a job at a bakery and later another at a restaurant, just to provide for herself and Kenny. But even as she tries to rebuild, a dark cloud hangs over her. Their home is about to be taken away. The bank is ready to foreclose, and she needs a loan to cover the debt. If she can't fix it, she'll lose not just the house, but possibly Kenny too. The government could step in and take him away. That's her biggest fear. Leni is supposed to attend a bank meeting with her mother, Doreen, to apply for the loan. But their relationship is strained, cold, and full of distance. Early that morning, Leni heads to her bakery shift with Kenny by her side until it's time for him to go to school. One of her co-workers casually asks if she's making progress with her loan application, but the sadness on Leni's face says it all. She's drowning in stress. At school, Kenny, being the playful, outspoken boy he is, teases his teacher, saying she looks like Hillary Clinton. Instead of laughing it off, the teacher cruelly decides to expel him, simply because she doesn't want to deal with students who have disabilities. Meanwhile, Leni attends the crucial bank meeting. But Doreen never shows up. Because her name is also on the deed, her signature is required, and without it, the officials refuse the loan. Leni calls her mother, only to hear her say, without a shred of concern, that she's too busy enjoying herself to come. Leni leaves the bank shattered. She has just one day left. Either somehow get Doreen to sign, or find $25,000 to save their home. When she later sees that her mother has just bought a brand new Mazda for the exact same amount of money, her rage explodes. She begs Doreen to use that money for the house, but her mother dismisses her, saying she hates the place anyway. To her, it's nothing but old bricks, filled with painful memories. For Leni, though, it's more than walls and wood. It's the only safe place she shares with Kenny. Losing it could mean losing him forever. But Doreen doesn't care. She tells Leni coldly, "If you want to keep the house, find the money yourself. I'm done." She then drives off in her shiny new car with Kenny, leaving Leni broken. Later that evening, Leni rushes late to her restaurant shift. David, the cold banker in charge, calls her. He gives her a brutal deadline. Unless the $25,000 is in his account by 9 a.m. tomorrow, the house is gone. No excuses. Desperate, Leni smokes outside with her co-worker Cody, a strange man with a shady vibe. But instead of going back to work, she calls up an old client from her escort days, a rich businessman named Scott. She dresses to catch his eye, hoping he'll lend her the money. They meet at a hotel bar. Leni pours out her heart, her struggles, her fears, her desperation to keep Kenny. But Scott doesn't care. To him, she's nothing more than a good time. When she finally asks for $25,000, he laughs in her face. He mocks her, reminding her of what she used to be. Humiliated but cornered, she still goes upstairs with him. Afterward, Scott tosses her $1,000 like a tip, leaving her with $24,000 still to find. But then, she sees it. Scott's car keys and cash sitting carelessly nearby. When he steps out, she seizes the chance. She grabs the keys and steals his luxury car. Still desperate, Leni then turns to Gloria, an old friend from her escort days. Gloria lives off another wealthy man, but isn't in a good place either. Leni begs her for the $3,000 she once lent her, but Gloria coldly denies owing her anything. After much pleading, Gloria reluctantly gives her $500 from the man's safe and rushes off, leaving Leni alone with the apartment keys. Temptation wins. Leni tries to break into the safe herself, but fails. With time running out, she calls Cody and offers him money to help her open it. He quickly realizes she's lying It's not her safe, but she convinces him to help by raising his cut. Together, they steal the safe and take it to one of Cody's contacts. The safe is cracked open with brute force. Inside, piles of cash, Rolex watches, and a stash of drugs. Chaos erupts. A fight breaks out. Leni grabs what money she can, about $19,000, and escapes with Cody. She now has around $21,500, still short. Cody grows suspicious of her lies, but Leni remembers the stolen Mercedes and offers to sell it to him for $4,000. He pretends to agree, but when they meet with his contact, Cody betrays her. He takes all the money, leaving Leni devastated. But Leni doesn't break. In a burst of fury, she rams her car into Cody, snatches back some of the cash, and escapes with Kenny. With little time left, she turns to her old pimp, Tommy, handing him the drugs from the safe and begging him to sell them. He warns her how dangerous it is, but finally connects her to a buyer named Blake. The meeting with Blake turns into a nightmare. He mocks her, taunts her with her past, and corners her. When he tries to put his hands on her, Leni finally snaps. In a fit of rage, she smashes a glass into his face and flees with Kenny through a violent crowd. By dawn, she's bruised, bleeding, but back home with the money she needs. She breaks down in front of her mother, begging for help to save the house. For the first time in years, Doreen shows a trace of softness, pulling shards of glass from her daughter's back. But the past between them is too heavy. Memories of abuse, cruelty, and pain spill out. Doreen admits she's always hated the house because of the darkness it holds. But Leni refuses to let go, because it's also the only place where she and Kenny have built memories of love. Her mother doesn't believe she earned the money cleanly. She warns her, "If you want a real future, you have to cut ties with this life. Stop running to men, stop sinking deeper into filth, start over." Those words hit Leni hard. And then comes the cruel twist. David from the bank leaves a message. The foreclosure is postponed. They're willing to give her more time to pay in smaller amounts. All the blood, all the humiliation, everything she went through that night. It was unnecessary. With her heart in pieces, Leni makes a choice. She tells Kenny she's leaving for a while, to find herself, to come back better, cleaner, worthy of him. Kenny hugs her, saying no matter what, she'll always be his sister and he'll always love her. Before she leaves, she writes a letter to her mother. "Forgive me. I fought to save our home in the only way I knew how. But now, I'll fight for myself. I won't return until I'm someone good." And that's how the story ends. As the credits roll, the question lingers. If the only way to save your family was through the wrong path, would you take it? Or would you hold on to your principles and risk losing everything?